Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this episode 6 reaction to Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Last time, we ran into Jimmy, who was, I don't know what the best terminology is, but he was creating experiences for people to witness in their mind. For David, he induced that, like, fake memory where he was going and, like, killing people and resulted in his own death and all that. And at the end, he told David that David's eventually going to become a cyber psycho, and then he looked at David, and David was, like, freaked out and everything, and then they had to leave. So we're halfway through the show. I'm very excited. Let's just start. Where is this? There's a lot of land. Oh my goodness. Who is this? It's not David, is it? Oh, why does this guy look familiar? What's going on? Oh, it's Maine. Wow.
Maine?
Is he under the umbrella again? Oh wait, no, he's hallucinating. Okay. He's reliving memories, I see. I assume they're probing Tanaka, right? Oh, is he going crazy? I did not expect this happening. Cyber psychosis? Man, is that what's happening? It didn't even cross my mind as a possibility. Wow. That would be very tragic.
Sounds to me like Maine needs to get his head checked.
True.
Maine. Losing it? That's right, cyber psychosis.
Wow.
Think you're hot shit cause you're faster than me? Cause you're sporting that Sandevistan? The one that was supposed to be mine.
This feels like the path that David is gonna go down in life. Which is good that it's happening to Maine instead of David, I guess.
Arasaka's always watching. Always. We can't just call it off. Don't have a choice.
And what a climactic episode. What are they doing? Going into Tanaka's mind or something? Trying to read his data? Oh no. He's losing it. Oh, that's Tanaka. I didn't even realize. He's messed up. Holy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa, cool visual.
Right. Okay. A delay. Who's this on? Christ, what? 20 questions?
Definitely on Maine.
What you?
Hey! Damn it. Why is the host waking up?
Things are going terribly.
You know my name?
David, what are you doing?
I know about you. Arasaka sees in you a valuable asset.
Oh boy, what do you do?
David, do not throw your life away.
I like this Tanaka voice actor.
Can you not see that they're using you as their tool?
Mean to say, Arasaka won't?
You are blind. Who do you think paid to make this little stunt of yours possible? It reeks of Militech. All roads lead to the Megacorps. No matter how high
Is that who
you
Faraday
rise,
works for?
believe you can.
He's still stuck in
Oh my god, everything's going terribly.
Hurry! Just start talking. The fuck was you
Now is
thinking?
probably not the time for this, right?
The fuck?
Oh my god, he's getting hit a lot.
You signed up for this shit.
Nah, we rezzed him.
What? Why?
What do you mean? Still need the data.
Is he lying or am I not understanding? Didn't he die? Ay. I don't think they're making it. I don't even know what you do. You probably gotta leave him.
Back.
My goodness. I feel like we're gonna have to kill Maine.
The fuck you?
Holy.
This is my fault?
Probably directly, but also not really. It's the world's fault.
This mess my fault?
Jesus. Holy, things have turned terrible so quickly. Well, David was very late.
You read me?
The last thing I can do for her.
We got a Delta. Or we
Man.
end up like her. What are you saying?
It's gonna be so lonely without him. He's a big presence.
It's okay.
This is a strange shot. I don't necessarily like it.
David.
What is this screaming? Ay. I mean, he's definitely alive. Oh. Oh my god. I feel like I've seen this before, the screenshot of this. Man. All right, so that was Cyberpunk Edgerunners episode 6, and that was definitely the best episode of the season. I was completely emotionally invested in that. Things went south like immediately. I did not expect Maine's cyberpsychosis to become a thing at all, and it was like very tragic and unexpected and just sad. Yeah, that was a very, very good episode. I like that a lot. That's a lot better than all the stuff I've seen before. So I'm curious where the direction of this story is going. I think I'm quite invested now to see where these last, 4 episodes have in them. But yeah, I have a few notes, but to be honest, despite how good it was, I don't have too much to say. My first thing is that I think it's very clear at this point, the entire show has been about like David's path and what choices he's going to make eventually in his life. And like last episode, we saw one potential route in David's life, which is that he becomes like cyberpsychotic or whatever, and eventually goes and kills a bunch of people and it leads to his own death. That's like one possible route. This episode, we saw more of a cautionary tale, or like a symbolic representation of what could happen to him in Maine's story, right? Like David could become someone like Maine, someone who seemingly, based on his backstory, which I don't think is like, I can't tell if it's like a literal backstory with him like walking on that paved road outside the desert or whatever it was. Like I can't tell if that's actually like Maine's like backstory, if it was more a merged like cyberpsychosis kind of vision, but where it could be like a similar thing to that, to David kind of being lost in life when he loses his mother and then finding meaning through his like cybernetic enhancements and rebellion against society, and then kind of a similar kind of thing happening to Maine, where he's kind of like lost out there in the middle of the world without much like enhancements to him, but he continues to enhance himself and become more and more rebellious against society, and as a consequence becomes psychotic and then, ends in his own death. So I could imagine, everything here, like everything in the story so far is kind of like pointing David away from kind of embracing the lifestyle that these Edgerunners embrace. So it just makes me curious. Like I don't know where this is going. Like I feel like we've seen in Maine's death here, I feel like there is no chance that David will go down this path, because if he does, he will be reminded of Maine, and this is like a lesson that's going to stick with him forever, to like not go down this path, right? Maine's death was a tragic, sad thing, and I think it will haunt him forever, and I don't think he wants to be like that. So I cannot imagine him going down that path. Then there was the whole thing of like David had a conversation with Tanaka, and firstly he like refused to kill him immediately, despite like, this society that killed his mother and all that. Like you'd figure he'd be a bit more blind raged about it, but he's a good kid at heart, which is, pretty good, I guess. Could be his life most likely. But yeah, they had a conversation, and Tanaka was talking about how it seems that these mega like corporations, whatever, I can't remember the exact terminology used, but they go deeper in society than even David like suspects, which is that it could be a case where they literally run everything, where they're running both the normal like corporations and like the normal like society like elements in the schools and blah 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 blah, the trauma forces and all that like insurance system, like they run all that. But at the same time, it could be that they are also running this underground kind of operation with people like Faraday, who could be like the middlemen between like the mega corporations and these like Edgerunners, and they may feel like they're rebelling against the world, but in the end, they're kind of serving the interests of those same mega corporations. And it's like a hopeless kind of cycle. I feel like that fits in very well with the show, and it does tie in with what Tanaka was saying. So I'm curious if that's where it'll go. Yeah, which is depressing. Like if one thing is screaming me in the face right now, it is that this show will have a depressing ending. Now, I guess I'm not still 100% sure if there's going to be season 2, but since the last episode, I wanted to double check that there were 10 episodes. So I went to IMDb, and it was listed as having 2 seasons. So I assume, I guess IMDb can be wrong sometimes, but I assume there will be a second season. So the implication there is that I'm assuming David doesn't die, but everything in here is screaming like depressing ending. There is no hope. David's gonna like even like I'm one of the things I'm speculating on is what happens to David when Lucy dies, which to me feels like inevitable. Like it didn't last episode, but now this has happened. We've already lost like the key like personality in the Edgerunners like group, which is Maine and Doria, I think that was her name, who was like another big element of this crew. We lost that guy 2 episodes ago. Like who do we have left? We have Rebecca, we got Lucy. I'm sure there's other people that I just don't remember, but like, did Kiwi, that's her name, right? Did she die? Did Maine kill her, or was she just like temporarily out of action? It felt a bit unclear. Like it looked physically like she died, but the way they talked about it was like she was just like out of commission temporarily or something. So I don't know, maybe she can come back. But we're really like, getting the squad down quite a bit. So yeah, when Lucy eventually dies, where will that leave David? And how on earth would he crawl himself out of that hole? The only way I could imagine is that if she dies and her last words are like keep living or something, and then that like pushes him to keep living because she thinks about like her last words or something. That's the only way I think this can go. I cannot imagine, which is a good thing that I can't imagine it because the show could surprise me, but I cannot imagine a world where Lucy dies and David keeps living, especially after what happened to Maine. Yeah. Anyway, let me see if I have any other notes. I'm just rambling at this point, but it was a really good episode. You know it's a good episode, but I'm just rambling. Maine's past life. What did Lucy see? That's the other thing. We get a shot of her inside Tanaka's mind, and we see that she opens up like David's kind of file or whatever, and she sees a bunch of stuff that we already know, which is like we get the past story in episode 1 that we see of that military guy going crazy, cyberpsychotic, the Sendevistan or whatever the name is. So we knew that, but Lucy sees it, and then she sees David beating on his classmate or something, and I think we see something else related to David. But it's basically all the stuff we see that she sees is stuff we already know, so it's not really that surprising. But then she sees something that we don't get to see, and she kind of like freaks out for a bit. And I don't know what that would be. Now, option 1 is that it's bad directing, and she's literally just freaking out because she learned about the stuff that we've already known, but I don't think that's the case. I think the show is a bit smarter than that. So the other possibility would be that she's learned something about either why or how the Sendevistan... Is that what it's called? Let me double check. Wait, I can just Google it. Sendevistan. Yeah, Sendevistan. Either she learned something about how the Sendevistan was created or why it was created, and it's like a very like kind of devious kind of thing, which is going to doom David, or she learned about Tanaka's plans of what he wants to do with it, and maybe that will lead, like, she's afraid for David's life now because of how important it is. Like, she didn't realize how important it was to the entire world of like this cyberpunk society or something. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. I don't have a strong conclusion as to what it is, but I have a few predictions. But yeah, now I'll be honest, that's actually it. That's all I've really got. I'm on the edge of my seat. I might actually just watch the next episode now. I have some time. We'll see. Maybe I won't. But yeah, that's Cyberpunk Edgerunners, episode 6. I'm excited for next episode. See you next time.